talk a lot about the structure of your body to start off with. We're going to talk about how far this is going to move, and obviously some postural issues through here. We're going to talk about what this is going to do because of that, and we're going to talk about balance points. We're going to talk about the pressure in your feet. We're going to talk about a myriad of different things, but to start off with, that structure to address is going to be our number one priority, because at the moment you're off balance. Okay, so if you have a look at how far your bum is outside your heels there, your pressure is going to be in your heels. Okay, now if we talk about the balance point of your body, it's on the balls arches of your feet there. Okay, so if you pack into a scrum with the weight on your heels, you're going to go butt up very, very quickly. So what we're after is getting you balanced, so when this thing's wielding around at speed, you will move, whether you like it or not. You won't know you're moving, but you will move. Okay, so as we start to take this back, we're going to start to see you move, and of course then it's going to be different each time, and unfortunately with your black pants you can't see it that well there, but there it is there, and you can see it's moved into there, and of course quite clearly the shaft has moved up quite dramatically, and obviously there's your legs that have moved from the dress position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that creating that.
So that's when the hands are really sort of moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So because if your weight is moving this way, it's going to project the golf club that way.
Oh, and that would be why I'm cutting.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So then you'll have your short irons pulling left over here,
Yeah.
and you'll have your longer clubs with off-axis spin doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and with the odd one with the short iron coming straight out of the hosel and going
Yeah.
that way. Okay, so from my point of view, let's get you addressed to the golf ball a lot better, and this doesn't matter whether it's my tour players that I work with or my raw beginners that I work with and kids.
Yeah.
We're going to get you balanced. That's number one. Okay, it'll also take some pressure off your body. Okay, so then we'll start to move up. Now let's take all Mr. Squiggles away there for a second. Let's go back and let's have a look at that in relative full motion. Obviously not at full speed. Okay, so it's very hands-arm orientated, and it's only because you can't do anything else, because your body's not allowing you to do anything else. Okay, so let's play Mr. Squiggle on this side, and we'll have a look at that shaft lean there. Now the camera's not in the greatest of positions there for you, but the ball's a long way back in your stance. Okay, the low point of your golf swing from a pure mechanical standpoint is underneath that left armpit. Okay, so the more you hit down on it this way, the more it's going to be with the club face being pointed out to the right anyway, so you're going to have to do something there to match it up.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's got me pushing, because I often find that I'm making contact and really squeezing the ball.
Sure, yeah. So you're hitting down on it quite severely. Okay, and we'll have a look at a couple of numbers here in a second, so we'll look at what the club's doing. Club path is slightly across it. The attack angle is minus 6.6, so that's quite steep for a 7-iron that I've given you, or 6-iron that I've given you. So we'll shallow that out a little bit. The path will stay the same. If we can do that, they'll be pretty happy. And the speeds aren't quite there yet. Okay, so when we start taking this back, we'll start seeing there's a bit of leg action there, and you're already forward and ahead of where you started from. So if we go back to address position here, and we just put this over here, and you're already going to start to move forward and then move forward again. So not only do you have the ball position a long way back in your stance, but you're also moving forward. So then we have to unload, what we call unload, a little earlier. So in other words, the leverage from here, we should probably still be, about there. We want some store up there. There's nothing there at the moment, so you're not hitting it as far as what you possibly could. Okay. So that's where you started from. Your head's well in front of it. The bottom axis can be, this stuff here can be, but certainly not the top axis where it started from. So we're just going to get you nice and balanced. Going to get you a little bit better quality contact. That's why you probably find with a driver to pop off the top of the golf club. If we teed it up too high for you, you'd hit it up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you do catch it, you'll hit this low, high spin. You know, if it's into the wind, it starts coming back over your head.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of that kind of stuff going on. So we're just going to stabilise your body.
Yep.
Okay. And you start seeing your feet move around here quite considerably. So we'll sort that out. Okay. And you're losing a lot of speed because of it. A little thing called angular momentum. It's the distance between here, where this club is here, and the golf ball.
Yep.
Yeah. Where it should be is coming in from sort of here, and then clearly that's a bigger distance, so it's going to travel faster. Okay. It's probably not that far inside, but it's going to come from a lot further inside than where this is, what we call inside. And it's going to travel a lot quicker, and you're going to shallow the golf swing out a little bit, so you don't have to try and flip it up in the air and try and stop it from doing weird and wonderful things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.